Hello, good morning, my dear students. In the myself, myself Swaran Singh, lecturer civil engineering at Pandit Jagtram Government Polytechnic College, Hoshiarpur. In the fifth sem civil, our subject is railway bridge tunnels, known as RBT. That is also the part of the transportation engineering. So in this subject, we studying the railway part, bridges part, and tunneling part, three parts. So today our topic is the railway. First chapter is introduction of railway transport. In this subject topic, we studying the railway transportation of the passengers, goods, so many products from one place to another, so long distance. So rail transport, also known as train transport, is a means of transferring passengers and goods on wheeled vehicles running on rails, which are located on tracks. In contrast to road transport, where vehicles run on a prepared flat surface as road, rail vehicles, rolling stocks are directionally guided by the tracks on which they run. Tracks usually consist of steel rail installed on ties, sleepers set in ballast on which the rolling stock, usually fitted with metal wheels, moves. Other variations are also possible, such as slab track. This is where the rails are fastened to a concrete foundation resting on a prepared subsurface. So what is the necessity of the railway? See, we know that to transfer the people and goods is feasible by air, water, and land. The transport by land is feasible by railway tracks as well as by roads. Both the modes known as transportation, surface transportation or land transportation. So railways and roadway are considered as an easy and economical means of conveyance of potential conveyance of men and material from one place to another. So railway are significant and potential means of transporting men and material over large distances. So they have helped us social development of the country by transporting its people from one place to another corner of the country. So they help the process of manufacturing through transportation of raw material from far off places to the factory site and also in transporting the finished product to marketing center. So in railway day-to-day development, so many products, so many things are dependent on the railway. So this is the necessity of railway. In India, most of the people use the mode of transport as railway because it is most reliable, bands, easy way of transport from one place to other place. So there are some advantages of railway are following below as number one, dependable. Greatest advantage of the railway transport is that it is the most dependable mode of transport as it is the least affected by weather condition such as rains, fogs, etc. compared to other modes of transport. Better organized, rail transport is better organized than any other form of transport. It has been fixed route and schedules. Its services is more certain, uniform, and regular as compared to other modes of transport. Number three, high speed over long distances. Its speed over long distances is more than any other mode of transport except airway. So it is the best choice for long distance traffic. Therefore, suitable for bulky and heavy goods. Railway transport is economical, quicker, and best suited for carrying heavy and bulky goods over long distances. Cheap transport, it is a cheaper mode of transport as compared to other modes of transport, highway, waterway, airways. So most of the working expenses of railways are in the nature of fixed cost. Every increase in the railway traffic is followed by a decrease in the average cost. Rail transport is economical in the use of labor, also as one driver and one guard are sufficient to carry much more load than the motor transport. Number six, safety. Railway is the safest form of transport. The chances of accidents and breakdowns of railways are minimum as compared to other modes of transport. Moreover, the traffic can be protected from the exposure to weather. Number seven, larger capacity, carrying capacity of the railway is extremely large. Moreover, its capacity is elastic, which can be easily be increased by adding more wagons. Number eight, public welfare. It is the largest public undertaking in the country. Railways perform many public utility services. Their charges are based on charge, but the traffic can bear principle which help the poor. In fact, it is national necessity. Number nine, administrative facility of the government. Railway provide administrative facility to the government, the defense forces, and the public servants drive their mobility primarily from the railways. Number 10, employment opportunity. The railway provide greater employment opportunities for both skilled and unskilled labor. Over millions of persons are depending upon the railways for their livelihood. Next is the classification of railway. It is divided into two ways that are the following below. Classification of Indian Railways. Number 1, based on the routes. Number 2, based on the speed criteria. So first is based on the routes. It is for that the route which the train is coming from, how much importance are given to them, so that how much speed and importance to give them. Based on the routes, these are three lines: trunk route, main line, branch line. Trunk route की है, the line that is the main route on a railway. Trunk line, railway line, the road consisting of railroad track and road bed. So some important specification things. Number 1, design speed for new tracks. BG means broad gauge, MG means meter gauge. So broad gauge design speed ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ 160 km/h and meter gauge 100 km/h. Maximum permissible speed 120 km/h and 80 km/h. Rail section 52 kg per meter and 37.2 kg per meter. Degree of curvature 7 degree, any suitable degree. Rail section 25 cm below the sleeper, 25 cm below sleepers. So second is main line. The main line of a railway is a track that is used for through trains, or is the principal artery of the system from which branch lines, yards, sidings, spurs are connected. It generally refers to a route between two towns as opposed to a route providing suburban or metro service. For capacity reason, main line is many countries have at least a double track. So these are the some important specification of main line, broad gauge and meter gauge. Design speed for new track like 120 km/h and 75 km/h. Maximum permissible speed 100 km/h to 75 km/h. Track laying period 20 years, that for the 30 years. GMT per annum more than 10, more than 2.5. Rail section 52 kg per meter, 37.2 kg per meter length. Number 3, branch line. A branch line is a railway line that goes to small town rather than one that goes between large cities. It carry load less than 10 GMT per annum for broad gauge, less than 2.5 GMT per annum for meter gauge. With the maximum permissible speed allowed less than 100 km/h broad gauge and 75 km/h for meter gauge. Next is the system of railway. There are 4 types of system in railways that are following below. Number one, surface railway. Number two, underground railway. Number three, tube railway. Number four, elevated railway. So we discuss one by one system: surface, underground, tube railway, elevated railways. So there are four types of system of railway going in so many countries: surface railway, underground, tube, elevated railway. Surface railways. Surface railway are the cheapest and most extensively used form of railway service in the world. In such system, the track is laid on a ground that has a suitable embankment or cutting depending upon the topography of the area. So this figure shown the surface railway. Most of our railway system in India is the surface railway. So now in these days, metro railways, elevator railways, underground railways are also in India is going. So we discuss in this topic. So underground railway, subway, also called underground tube or metro, underground railways system used to transport large numbers of passengers within urban and suburban areas. Subway are usually built under city streets for easy of construction, but they may take shortcut and sometime must pass under rivers. So this is the underground railways shown in figure. These are also going in so many countries, cities in the India: Delhi, Madras, Bombay, etc. Underground surface railway also shown in this figure. Tube railway. The term tube railway may refer to an atmospheric railway, a railway that uses differential air pressure to provide power for propulsion of a vehicle. An underground railway constructed in a circular tunnel by the use of tunneling shield. Next is the elevated railways. An elevated railway is a rapid transit railway with the tracks above street level on a viaduct or other elevated structure. The railway may be broad gauge, standard gauge, meter gauge, or narrow gauge railways. So in our system, in the railways, there are three gauges in India going: broad gauge, broad gauge, meter gauge, and narrow gauge railway. So light rail, monorail, or a suspension railway. Elevated railways are normally found in urban area where there would otherwise be multiple level crossing, and there are so much congested cities as in Delhi, Bombay, Madras. So elevator railway is very successful going, as a metro railway, where thick populated cities are have. So these railways are successfully running, going, which lift so much load of the traffic, people from one place to another in very short time, quickly. So there would otherwise be multiple level crossing. Usually the tracks of elevator railway that run on steel viaduct can be seen from street level. So this figure show the elevated railway street above the street level. On the elevator pillars, the railway tracks are constructed on the base of the concrete bed shown in figure. So this is our topic of introduction of railways in India, the classification of railway, necessity of railways, and systems of railway, underground system, tube railway, surface railway, elevated railway. These we have to discuss in this chapter. Thank you very much.